Hi, dear friends. We are discussing Nagamandala, a play by Girish Karnad. We have already completed the teaching regarding the drama. We have discussed many aspects of drama through various angles. But I have some papers presented by other people on a particular drama. I have already referred this paper, that is major themes in Girish Karnad's Nagamandala, as a split personality and identity crisis. So this paper is written by Vinita S, the first author, and the second author is S.A.R. Abidi. Both are research scholars, research supervisor, Department of English, SSSTUMS, Madhya Pradesh, Sehor. Uh, as I have referred this paper in my previous speech, most of the information presented here in this paper I have discussed with you already. Today I am going to discuss the ending and some critical comments of the critics on Nagamandala. As you know, there are three endings. First is in the first, they leave. They means three of them: Cobra, Appanna, and Rani. Three of them live happily ever after. Both Naga and Appanna fuse into one on self-realization. This is the first end. Second end is Naga suicides for one of the two selves to survive coherently. The other must suicide, an emotional suicide. If one has to live, one has to die. So Cobra dies here, who suicides at the end. And third end is both Naga and Appanna coexist together and history repeats. So finally, some critics question the identity of the play itself, that is Nagamandala as a folk play. Some critics think that, some critics pointed out that Nagamandala is a folk play. Uh, Folk play means the tale or the story told by one person to another person, one generation to another generation. It is transformed from one generation to another generation since from many centuries ago. So this is a kind of a folk story or a folk play. Jos George asserts that there is indeed a marginal difference between the real lore of the folk and the lore that what is represented and constructed as folklore. Miss here, Jos George personally thinks that there is a difference between actually folklore and the lore, which is a folk and as represented and constructed as folklore. He defines folklore as that which represents the life of the people in close communication with nature, and what which is orally transmitted. As I have already told you, it is orally transmitted from one generation to another. That is called folklore. Folklore, on the other hand, is represented a folklore by outsiders for the specific purpose. Therefore, while folklore is the signifier of a signified, folklore is the signifier of a signified. It is a fake drama in representation. It reminds one of Plato's theory of ideas as something twice removed from reality. However, Karnad himself counters this when he says, "Drama is not for me a means of self expression. Drama can be production of meaning also. The story has an autonomous existence." What Girish Karnad reply on this George's opinion about Nagamandala? Now we are going to discuss a conclusion of Nagamandala, and that is to conclude that this paper is also concluded in the words like Girish Karnad's play Nagamandala as a split personality and identity crisis interprets the ancient theme in modern context. Like Yayati, the common man of today is grouped in the darkness of material and sensual pleasures. He finds himself in a world in which old spiritual values have been entirely swept away, and the new spiritual values are yet to be discovered. Karnad's interpretation of the old myth on the exchange of ages between father and son puzzled and angered conventional critics, but the enlightened readers and critics appreciated it for its modernity. It was originally written in Kannada and now it has been translated into English. Mrs. P. Krishnaveni, in her paper, A Comparative Study of Myth and Folk Elements in Girish Karnad's Nagamandala and Haivadana, has examined his two plays and concludes that these two plays are Karnad's own imagination. Minded well that this is the conclusion of Mrs. P. Krishnaveni, that these two plays of Girish Karnad, that is one is Nagamandala and another is Haivadana, both are produced through his own imagination. Both plays are love stories. In Nagamandala, the snake changes into a man, whereas in Haivadana, the horse changes into a man. Both plays show the relationship of man and woman. The theme also reveals the Upanishada principle that visualizes the human body as a symbol of the organic relationship of the parts to the whole. Sacrifices also form a part of such religious practices as seen in the obliteration of the self physically in Haivadana. The snake ordeals that Rani undergoes in Nagamandala. Spiritual thought and wisdom inherent in religion are also incorporated into themes of the play. So, after reading this last part of this paper, that is conclusion and some important uh, quotes of George and Mrs. P. Krishnaveni, You will come to know that Girish Karnad, whatever tried to explore in this drama is interrelations between man and woman, by by shaping it with traditional decoration and traditional references from Upanishad and traditional Indian culture. So this is the very famous drama of Girish Karnad, who tried to explore the contemporary social and in a way of political context. Panchayat is a governing body who decides uh, the appropriate things with some strict rules for the benefit of villagers. So this panchayat or the body of that panchayat itself indicates political influence in personal life of uh, that Appanna and Rani. There is a system of justice or a judiciary system at that time that Girish Karnad tried to explore through this panchayat. People usually go to the panchayat with their problem and they wanted to solve these problems through the opinions of this panchayat, and the opinions are undoubtedly the opinions were undoubtedly full and final for them, and that's why they had to implement the decisions taken by the panchayat. So the rules, the sayings, the judgments of panchayat was strictly implemented by the society at that time, and that's why the decision of panchayat was crucial and important, at the same time beneficial to the society also. So this judiciary system is also explored in the drama. It is one kind of a social social dimension of contemporary Indian society. So uh, I would like to conclude this drama here, and I appeal you to study well. I have already shared some multiple choice type questions to you. Please go through it so that it will be beneficial for you to solve the questions that will be asked in the forthcoming online examination. So best of luck for your forthcoming exam. At the same time, I would like to teach you um, furthermore. If you have any queries and questions, and if you want to remain in contact with me, then I will solve your queries and problems regarding this drama. At the same time, regarding general topics, that is module number 5th and 6th. So, goodbye. Thank you.